and welcome to Too Much Popcorn. My name's Hayley. Maybe you're a returning Too Much Popcorn person, in which case, hi, nice to see you again, it's been a long time. Or maybe this is the first time you've seen one of my reviews. So obviously I am a goober, along with a social goober, along with Dane, Bree, Dean, Sarah and Craig. As you probably would already know, we're a group of tight-knit friends, and we thought it would be a really great idea to make a channel where we can share our love of different things, you know, obviously me, film and television, you know, and we just, you know, talk about different things, and it's almost like you're getting a little insight into what we talk when it's just us. Just a little bit about me, massive, particularly film nerd. I studied media production at university. I also worked at a cinema for 6 years and just recently got a job working at a music and DVD store. So yes, I don't know if you can tell, but I quite like film and television. Who would have thunk? Okay, so on to my review for Fantastic Beasts. I was so excited to go see this movie. We actually went to the midnight session. Yeah. It's just so good. But we'll go into a little bit of the insight about it first. So obviously Harry Potter, I don't know if you've heard of it, very, very big book and film franchise. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was first referenced in the first Harry Potter book as a textbook that the new kids coming to Hogwarts needed to get by Newt Scamander. Then in 2001, J.K. Rowling released a book written as Newt Scamander, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So essentially she released the textbook that they would have read at Hogwarts. And then obviously from that it's gone into J.K. Rowling making a screenplay for the movie. So obviously, you know, it was based on a textbook, but it goes into the life of Newt Scamander. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The film is set in the 1920s and is about English wizard and writer Newt Scamander and his struggle fitting into the American wizarding world. He arrives with his wand and briefcase full of fantastic beasts, and of course chaos ensues. So as I said before, J.K. Rowling is the screenwriter for Fantastic Beasts. It's directed by David Yates. It has Eddie Redmayne in it, who is very, I was going to say up and coming, but he's a little bit more than up and coming. He's been in a lot of stuff lately. He's really, really good. And then Colin Farrell is the other one. Most of the other characters are kind of a little bit less well known. So where to start with my review? Obviously it's about Fantastic Beasts. So I feel like that is one of the main things that you take away from this movie, being able to see some of these fantastic beasts that we had a little bit of touch, we saw a little bit when we were in watching the Harry Potter movies, but just getting like a bigger taste and all at the one time of the Fantastic Beasts was amazing. Niffler, who Dane actually, I think, really well described what it looks like. It looks like a cross between a platypus and an echidna, but without the spikes. I looked at that, like the trailer came out, I saw the Niffler and was like, I love that. I need a plush toy in that. I need all of the merchandise in that Niffler thing, because platypus and echidnas are actually my favourite Australian animals. Fun fact, Hayley, I also like dogs and bears, just, you know, if you want to know. I don't want to spoil too much. If you haven't seen the movie, I want you to have fresh eyes and go out and just love all these fantastic beasts that come out. There is one that is it's the last fantastic beast that we get to see, and I thought it was so cute. Do you know what it reminds me of? Bigfoot in Monsters Inc. It's a cross between an ape and Bigfoot in Monsters Inc. That's what it looks like, but it's like really cute. So I definitely think that was amazing to see all the fantastic beasts. And the thing that I like about it is, those two are cute. Obviously I choose the cute ones, I really like it. But there's some so ugly, terrifying looking ones too. And I think that's great, because you don't want them all to be cute little cuddly things that, you know, obviously, particularly in this time period, the wizard's actually kind of quite scared of these different beasts, so it would make a lot of sense to have them all like really cutesy little ones that don't look terrifying, but there are some that look terrifying. The CGI in it was amazing. Another thing is trying trying to get used to hearing no mag, as in no magic, which is what the Americans call muggles. We just get so, like, muggle is, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like we use it daily, just not calling people muggles all the time, but we're so used to it. So hearing no mag instead of muggle is like, what are you talking about? As far as Newt Scamander as a character goes, he was very awkward, particularly in the first, 15 minutes. He was almost cripplingly awkward. And I was starting to get like a little bit, like, there's a way that he kind of hangs his head in the first bit of the movie. He's just like kind of always like weird neck kind of, he doesn't poke his tongue out, but I just felt like that was necessary then. I don't know, he always like squishes his head down, and it got to the point that I was getting a little bit annoyed, but then he kind of stops. So he's like so cripplingly awkward and just English, very English, and just kind of, talking quietly. And yeah, I think it's an interesting character, and obviously, and like Eddie Redmayne does a really good job. I feel like it's just because he is quite tall and lanky, and he has played kind of sometimes similar characters to that. If it was another person, it might not work. It might seem like really put on awkwardness, but because it's Eddie Redmayne, it kind of works. One thing that I did have a little bit of a problem with though is sometimes I felt like the characters were mumbling a little bit, in particular Newt Scamander, and when it came to talking about the beasts. They have all these weird names, and sometimes he was mumbling and, these like made up words kind of things, so I couldn't really pick up like what he was saying. I just felt like it was a little bit too mumbled. Obviously, if it was a normal movie and they were mumbling a little bit like he was, you'd be able to put two and two together, and he's like, oh, he's talking about this. But because it's all these like made up words and names for beasts and all that kind of stuff, sometimes it was just like, oh, I didn't quite catch that, like, what's he talking about? Really, that was fairly it. So a little bit of mumbling and an actor appearing at the end of the film that I'm not particularly happy with. Apart from that, I absolutely loved it. Just even the fact that it brings us back to this world that we all love so much, and it could have gone very badly. We're all very used to Harry Potter and that world, and we get this new taste of it, and it could have gone really, really badly. It could have been like, oh, this doesn't live up to the Harry Potter, this isn't what I've come to love, this is different, I don't like this. It didn't. If you love Harry Potter and you have been wishing to be immersed in that world again, you're in for a treat, because it really is that. It's not set in the Harry Potter world as far as like, set in England and Hogwarts and all that, but it does not take anything away from that. You feel like you're in that world, which obviously is really good. That's obviously what they wanted to create. There was a chance that, you're seeing like a weakened, not really relating to Harry Potter type film, and I didn't feel like that at all. So overall, I think it was great. I don't know if I'm a little bit clouded with my judgment because I am so like obsessed with Harry Potter, but I mean, to put it in, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I think it could easily be more just because of my love of Harry Potter, but if I'm being a good reviewer, then I think 7 out of 10 is fair. Okay, so that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the movie as well. Please go out and see it, it's amazing. I'm not 100% sure what my next review is going to be. Perhaps you'll see me in one of the Devil's Advocate videos that's coming up soon, who knows. But I'll definitely be back with a new review very soon. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye. Actually, another anecdote time. I have so many like Harry Potter, anyway, it's just so much a part of my life. I did manage to convince a friend while we were in the cinema watching Harry Potter and The Prisoner of Azkaban that when he's on that like kind of ice thing and all the Dementors come over and he has to do the Patronus to get them away, just before he does the Patronus and all these like Dementors are coming over, I just was sitting next to my friend and I turned and whispered and was like, this is the part where it becomes a musical. And she turned to me and was like, really? And I was like, no, it's based on a book.